Hello everyone and welcome to the GenAIScript channel. My name is Peli and today I will show you how to configure GitHub Copilot Chat to make it an expert at generating scripts. This is based on a recent feature added to Copilot Chat called reusable prompts, and we're going to see how to configure that. All right, so if you go to our docs and you want to look at a guide, click on search and search for Copilot Chat. All right, and in the docs, you'll see the GenAIScript custom prompt. That's where we explain how the sausage is made. But in a nutshell, we drop a prompt in the .GenAIScript folder that is going to load the entire documentation. We have an endpoint in our documentation that downloads the entire content. So if you haven't tried that, if you scroll to the bottom and click on this link, you get all the docs in a LM friendly way. You don't have to do any kind of scraping or anything like that. We render it for you, and we're going to use that to add a lot of example, a lot of samples into the context of the LM and make it an expert at generating code. All right, let's take a look at how it looks like in VS Code. I'm here in VS Code. I've got loaded the latest Copilot Chat. It's uploading my local working index, but doesn't matter. So now this is an experimental feature at this moment. So what you're going to want to do is make sure it's enabled in your installation. Go ahead and open the settings. Let's turn on screencast mode. All right. So we're going to open the user setting. It's called chat prompt. Let's search for that. You see it's turned on for me, and it's going to scan from one folder, the .github/prompt. So I'm going to add the folder GenAIScript is going to drop its prompt into. You can see it's this folder, so you need to do that, otherwise it won't find it. But once you have that configured, you can get the magic going. So open Copilot Chat and click on the attach context. Now you'll see there's this option called prompt, and it scans the whole repo. And if you don't find it, then you have to probably get the configuration wrong in your settings. But you should find something called GenAIScript. If you don't find GenAIScript, what you can try is tell GenAIScript to refresh your script list, and it should drop the file. You'll see that there's the documentation has been dropped here, and then the prompt is here actually. So you can go ahead and review the prompt if you want. This is the prompt. It makes you an expert. It points to local files that have been dropped with the information. And yeah, should be ready to go roll. And let's take a look at how this works out. So you don't have to open that. What we're going to do is we're going to say, write a linter script for Azure Bicep files focused on security, report errors and warnings. All right. So that's the prompt we're giving to Claude. And Claude is going to add the prompt that is attached here, is going to be injected, and then the references are going to be loaded. Now, there's a warning because we have a lot of documentation. So it's hopefully doing some ragging. I'm not aware of the internals of GitHub Copilot Chat at all. So I assume it's doing some really cool pre-processing of the data so that it can extract the interesting piece. But then it comes up with the script, and so far it looks pretty good. And granted, this script is in the docs, so that's an easy one. And it goes ahead, but this part is definitely not in the docs, where it's being way more thorough on the prompting. And it adds a file output, which is nice. So we can try this out. Let's go ahead and save this. GenAISRC linter.genai.mts. Doesn't want to. What is this table? Sure. New file. Where did you put it? No, we want it here. Okay, so again, so I don't need this anymore, and I can review. This looks pretty good. There's a little warning here. Didn't like the description. Okay, so there's no description, kind of hallucinated that one, but maybe it's not. Oh, the description is here. I got confused. All right, so we'll have to, well, this is a hint. I need to add more samples here. Okay, no warning, so this looks okay. I can now do the usual thing, right click, and I think I'm going to configure it to use, let's make it use GitHub GPT-4. All right, so I can right click and do the usual dance, run GenAIScript, my linter. Now it's running, and it's finding issues. So it successfully ran. We look at the the chat and see that it does indeed inline the bicep file, and it does the whole request and so forth. So we it really helped to have this file in the context, and it works for other options. So if you have now, remember, if you have it here, it does include a lot of tokens in your request. So you only want to turn it on when you want to have specific GenAIScript information. Otherwise, just click the little X here and get out of that. But yeah, that's the superpower you can get now using the new feature called reusable prompts. And by the way, this will work also with your project as long as you're able to inject that context. Have a good one.